Kanye West was right about everything.
Oh, Lord. Again. Again. Nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit.
Nobody's talking about the terrifying medical emergency hiding in plain sight on Northwest Instagram photos.
Northwest, listen up. I'm only 12 years old. I'm a kid. I know you think I look grown up. Mom should preserve her daughter's innocence.
This 12-year-old just showed off what piercing professionals are calling a ticking time bomb, while her mother, Kim Kardashian, acts like it's just another fashion statement.
Bruh.
Now, I'm really mad.
But wait until you hear what ER doctors revealed about the specific type of piercing North got and why they're predicting this won't end well. Picture Northwest's glamorous Rome vacation photos, designer outfits, perfect lighting, millions of likes. But eagle-eyed medical professionals spotted something that made them genuinely panic: a dermal piercing on her middle finger, already showing signs of infection. Here's what's at stake. This isn't ear piercing. This is surgical body modification on the dirtiest, most bacteria-exposed part of a child's body. And what do you think the consequences are? They could be permanent. The first bombshell that has medical professionals sounding alarms? That red raised bump fans noticed isn't normal healing. It's potentially the start of a serious infection. One piercing expert broke their professional silence. I've seen adults lose finger function from infected hand piercings. On a 12-year-old, this is a disaster waiting to happen. But here's the part that changes everything. Dermal piercings have a 90% rejection rate in high movement areas. Everyone's debating whether Kim's a bad parent, but they're missing the real story. North might already need surgical intervention. The medical reality just got darker. Dr. Sarah Chen, a pediatric surgeon, explains hand piercings can lead to tendon damage, nerve injury, and bone infections. In developing hands, the risks multiply exponentially. Think about this. Every time North washes her hands, plays sports, or even holds her phone, she's traumatizing that piercing site. But here's the shocking twist. Industry insiders claim no reputable piercer would perform this procedure on a minor. So the question becomes, who did this to a 12-year-old and why?
Kanye West was right about everything. He knows the freakos that are watching her now are gonna love it when she's 18. It's like the same way they were passing around Kylie when she was 17 years old and no one said anything. I just feel bad for the West children because you either have to have a mom that wants to sell you for money or a dad that's gonna sell you Yahtzee propaganda. Like, either way, you're cooked.
This is exactly what happens when Instagram aesthetics override basic child safety. What most people don't realize is that hand dermal piercings are banned for minors in 23 states, not because of conservative values, but because of documented medical disasters. One teenager in Ohio lost partial use of her finger after a similar piercing went septic. The heartbreaking reality? North's own fans are more concerned about her safety than her inner circle appears to be. Comments flooded in. She's only 12, and that looks infected already. But here's what nobody saw coming: the leaked messages from the piercing community that exposed exactly how this happened, and the celebrity body modification specialist who's allegedly behind multiple underage procedures. We're getting to that just a sec. Remember I mentioned that no legitimate piercer would touch this? Wait until you hear what's really happening in Beverly Hills backrooms. The most chilling revelation comes from a Beverly Hills piercer who spoke anonymously. There's an underground network of artists who'll do anything for celebrity clients. No paperwork, no age verification, just cash and NDAs. But the immediate danger North faces: if that infection spreads to the bone, which hand infections commonly do, she could need IV antibiotics, surgery, or face permanent damage. Medical professionals estimate she has a 2 to 3 week window before complications become irreversible. Coming back to those leaked messages, they reveal the same artist who allegedly pierced North has a client list full of minor celebrities, charging $5,000 per session for illegal procedures. Here's where this story becomes genuinely terrifying for parents nationwide. TikTok searches for hand dermal piercings exploded by 400% within hours of North's photos surfacing. Emergency rooms in Los Angeles report a 300% increase in infected piercing cases among minors since the photos went viral. 3 teenagers have already been hospitalized after attempting DIY versions. Professional piercers are creating waiting lists, not to perform the procedures, but to talk minors out of them. One studio owner revealed, "I've turned away 50 kids this week. I show them medical photos of hand piercing complications. Most leave crying." What nobody's discussing is the psychological damage. Dr. Amanda Foster, an adolescent psychologist, warns when children see their idol suffering for beauty, they internalize that pain equals value. We're watching eating disorder logic applied to body modifications. The conversation that's splitting America reveals our deepest fears about child exploitation. Remember when Kim fought paparazzi to protect her kids' privacy? That protective mother has allegedly been replaced by someone who sees her daughter's body as content opportunity. Middle school counselors report unprecedented anxiety among students who feel boring compared to North's extreme fashion choices. The corsets, adult styling, now surgical modifications. Each decision prioritizes virality over well-being. But here's the pattern break nobody expects. Former child stars are speaking out. One Disney Channel alumna posted, "This is exactly how it starts. First it's mature clothing, then body modifications, then eating disorders. I've lived this nightmare." The ultimate betrayal that no one's discussing, California's child labor laws don't cover social media. While child actors have protections, influencer kids like North operate in a legal gray zone where parents have unlimited control over their image, body, and earnings. Industry insiders claim this isn't just about North. There's allegedly a coordinated effort among celebrity parents to push boundaries, each trying to outshock the others for engagement. The Underground Piercing Network? They're reportedly booked solid with celebrity offspring appointments through 2025. The commodification of childhood pain has become an actual business model. Here's the timeline medical professionals are watching with dread. Week 1 to 2, initial infection spreads. Week 3 to 4, potential nerve involvement. Week 5 to 6, possible permanent damage. North's photos show she's already in week 2 of this countdown. Dr. James Mitchell shares the worst-case scenario. "I've performed 3 finger amputations from dermal piercing complications. All were preventable. All started exactly like this." The red flags are screaming. That bump near the piercing? Classic sign of MRSA, antibiotic-resistant bacteria. The bruising pattern suggests deep tissue involvement. Multiple medical professionals independently noticed what appears to be red streaking up North's hand, a potential sign of blood infection that requires immediate hospitalization. What started as vacation photos has exposed the dark reality of growing up Kardashian. The question isn't whether North's piercing will heal, it's whether childhood in the spotlight can survive social media's hunger for shock value. 3 teenage girls are already hospitalized. Underground piercers are targeting minors, and Northwest's infection clock is ticking toward irreversible damage. The piercing might heal, but the precedent it sets, that's the wound that keeps spreading. Based on those medical timelines, we're all about to watch this crisis explode in real time. The real question is, how many more children need to suffer before we admit that some content isn't worth creating? We'll be following this story, so stay connected by subscribing.